Do my eyes first. So for my eyes today, I'm taking my NARS concealer, and then I'm just going to place that as my eyeshadow primer. I don't really use eyeshadow primer. I've always used concealer and it's worked for me. So I'm going to apply this on my eyes. So this is the first one. This is the pressed powder palette, and let me see if it has like a color. It doesn't really say like what color this specific palette is called. It does have the colors of the shadows in the back, as you can see. The colors are Shining Star, Angel Wings, Gift Wrapped, Put a Bow on It, Very Merry, and Silent Night. So I will be showing you guys what this palette looks like. Take off this. So this is one of the palettes. So this is the purplish tone one, I would say. It's very beautiful. It looks very pigmented to me. But yeah, I saw these palettes on Ulta and I automatically had to buy them. That I'm going to be trying on today is this palette right here from Kylie. It has these shades. The shades are Gold Bells, Slay All Day, Warm Me Up, Wishlist, Apple Cider, and Gingerbread Dreams. And I will show you guys how this looks like. Palette. This color right here, I swatched it a couple times because I wanted to see kind of how the color looked like on my skin. And it's a very, very beautiful palette. When I saw this, I automatically thought it was like very neutral and very beautiful. I had to have it. So I'm going to be reviewing this palette right here today. And I think the first shade I'm going to go in with is called Warm Me Up, which is this one right here. It's the matte shade. Okay, so far it's blending out pretty nice. It's blending out smoothly. The color is pigmented. I can see the color when I'm putting it on. And so far it's looking pretty good. It looks natural. I might go in with the darker color after this one just to give it a little bit more depth. Also, if you guys are wondering, I'm just using a BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. So I think now I'm going to go in with Gingerbread Dreams, which is this dark one right here. So I kind of just put that on my crease. Yeah, that blended out really nicely. And it looks, in the way that it blended out, at least in this eye. I haven't done it to this eye yet, but I love the way it blended out. So I'm just going to take this color again and do the same thing to this side. And I think at first, for me at least with darker colors, it's harder for me to like blend them out, but with this one it's not too bad. So I'm really liking it. It looks really natural, and I mean, I think this is a good neutral palette and it's perfect for like fall, I think. But I'm really excited to try the Hot Apple Cider color, which is this middle color right here. Palette. I was debating whether or not I should wet this brush to see the pigmentation for this, but I think I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see how the pigment is when I use it right now without wetting the brush. So I'm going to go into this color right here. Okay, so I feel like this one is more like of a sparkly shadow. I mean, it shows up when I put my brush in it, but I do notice that there's a lot of fallout on it, so. Let me see. I like it. I don't know if you guys can see the pigment, but I'm curious to see whether or not it would show up more with a wet brush. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to try wetting the brush and see what happens. Take my Urban Decay setting spray and just spray this brush. Okay, so I did one spray on that, and I'm going to go back into that shadow and see how it looks like. Oh yeah, okay, so there's definitely a difference. So I think that once you, if you guys can see that, once you wet the brush, it just picks up the pigment so much more. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with the other eye also. So I'm going to spray my brush one more time. Now I'm going to go into the pigment. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's definitely picks up the pigment more. So, and I think also because it's more of like a, I don't want to say it's like a glitter shadow, but it's more, it's like very, very shimmery. So I think that's why you need to spray the brush, just so it appears more on the eye. Try a little bit more. And let me see, to be honest, so with this eye, I wet it, and then this eye, first I applied it without wetting the brush, and then I wet the brush. But I like the way this eye looks more to me. So I'm not sure if I just like first not wetting the brush and then wetting the brush. I feel like the application just seemed a little bit more smoother now that I like look at it, and I feel like this one is more like sparse, at least the shimmery part is. But I like the way this eye turned out. So I think, as you guys can see, this is how the shadow looks like. So Kylie Cosmetics number 5 brush, and then I'm going to buff out more. I don't know if I should try a different matte color. I might try this matte color just to see kind of how it works on my eye. So I think I'm going to go in with that one. So I'm taking Wish List, and I'm just putting it on the edge of my eye and just kind of blending it out. So I'm just putting it in my crease and blending it out. I think this is like a very fall palette, like the colors especially. So I like the way that looks. I mean, I think it looks good. I might go back in with Gingerbread Dreams, which is the dark color right here, just to kind of darken it maybe a little bit. I don't want to do it too much because I feel like then it'll darken the look, and I don't want to like darken it too much, but just to kind of give it more depth. Okay, so I think that's all for the eye look that I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, I'm going to finish doing all my makeup, then come back and tell you guys what I think of this. Okay, so I just finished my makeup right now. I did not use false lashes for this makeup look because I just felt like if I used my final makeup look with the So this is my final makeup look with the Kylie palette. You know, to give my honest thoughts, I think it's a really, really pretty palette. Once I saw this palette, it automatically screamed like neutrals. I love neutrals. I love to buy like any palette that has like neutrals in it. I want to buy it right then and there. So that's what happened with this palette right here. I think it's a really good palette. The only thing that I wish, I guess, was a little bit better was the pigmentation for the shimmery colors. So for example, with this shade right here, it's called Hot Apple Cider. I just wish it was like more pigmented when I placed it. I noticed that I liked when I applied it with a brush and then wetting the brush after. I love that. But I definitely think it's a great buy, and I definitely recommend it to anyone looking for a great neutrals but with a pop palette. This is a great for holidays, great for Thanksgiving, and I think whoever loves neutrals and doesn't mind the pigmentation and can work with it, I think you will love this palette, and I definitely recommend it. I'm really glad I purchased this because I was on the fence about purchasing it when I saw it. I have many neutral palettes, so I didn't really think that I needed another one, but you know, I love playing with makeup, and I think this is a great buy. So in this video, I didn't get to review the other palette, which had these purple colors. I think maybe in my next video I will do that, but for this video I really wanted to stick to the neutral palette. This palette though looks very, very beautiful, and I'm sure it performs the same as the palette that I just showed you, and I think these are honestly really, really gorgeous palettes. And I like how you get two of them when you purchase it rather than just getting one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.